One, I'm gonna hang out here for a moment, say hello, give you an update on what's going on. Sorry, my allergies are pretty bad, so I'm gonna be sniffling a lot. Uh, I haven't been on for a little while, so I thought I'd come on, say hello. Um, Update on 7.5 years. More than that, 7.5 years, 7 and 8 months, maybe. I don't know. I'd have to go look of being off of benzos. It's amazing that at this point in time, I don't even pay attention to the time anymore. I have an app that lets me know, but honestly, I haven't. I look at it once every like 3, 4 months. So it's not like it used to be. I'll be like, oh, a week, oh, 2 weeks. I made it a month. Woo! Yeah, I don't do that anymore. But I do pay attention once in a while when I cut my Remeron, which is going well. I have to taper probably about after the first week of July because I don't want to taper during the 4th of July. So, see how that goes. But it's been going pretty good. The last taper I could tell was a pretty healing one. Um, Things got better. I became stronger. It wasn't even that bad of a taper, to be honest, which was weird. I had my moments, though. You always fall into those fucking waves, and it can be pretty brutal. But life's been okay. I've moved in with my girlfriend, and things are going good. Just trying to get in my new routine, working, driving more, living with cats again, which I love cats, but I'm also allergic to them. So my allergies are a little worse, but they honestly haven't been that bad. Lately it's been bad, but I've also been outside with where the allergens have been pretty rough. So I am taking like a half of a Claritin once in a while, and that seems to be okay. I get a little dizzy from it, but in general, it's not throwing me back as much as it used to. So I take it every once in a while. Me and my girlfriend went to the zoo a few weeks back. I think a few weeks, something like that, week and a half. And that was the first time I've been to the zoo in almost a decade. And that was really fun. A lot of work, a lot of walking. And I had no idea if I was going to fall into a pretty big wave. But I did fall into a bit of a wave, but it kind of subsided within, a certain amount of time. I am tired and I'm more in a wave lately than normal, but it hasn't been too bad. I've been getting everything I need to do done. I've been driving way more now than I ever have. And I do pay for it, but I also want to get used to it because I actually don't mind doing the driving. I used to love driving everywhere, but it takes a toll on my head. But I'm definitely trying, and I don't mind it. It's not as convenient as the city, but it's well worth it. It's well worth it. Um, so we'll see how that rolls. Hey, thanks. Good to see you. Um, so I'm just trying to do a little more around this house, trying to, pull my weight a little bit. Try to take care of some things, try to clean up a bit, make sure I clean up after myself, which I didn't do too much of at the apartment. I just kind of did it when I felt good enough to do it, but now I kind of have to do it. So when I make food, I have to like clean up. It sounds normal, but for the last couple of years, I haven't. I just kind of put stuff in the sink, and when I was up to it, I was up to it. I did it. Probably made this place smell like shit, but that's what I could handle. But now it's like I'm doing way more. So just trying to get used to it. Sleeping's been a bit of a chore. I'm off and on with sleep. We're not having a lot of stomach issues and stuff. The diet's a little different since, now I'm eating with my girlfriend and stuff like that. We're making a little bit of different foods. Healthy foods, but different, you know. And admittedly, I've been eating a little crappy. Like, I normally, for the last so many years, couldn't eat corn because it fucked me up. But I've been eating some popcorn lately. And it doesn't throw me into a wave anymore. It just fucks up my stomach and makes me feel like shit, which causes a little bit of a wave. But I'm definitely stronger. And because I know I don't have a corn allergy, it's just this whole benzo thing, fucking Remeron thing, really fucked up my system to where I couldn't eat anything for so many years. But after this amount of time, now I'm able to eat little bits of stuff, which is pretty cool. It's been a long time. I'm so tired today. So, I'm trying to think. The last so many days has been really hot. So, just trying to get through that. And, go from there. Anybody want to know my story? I've posted hundreds of videos. You'd have to go way back. I'm not here to tell my story again. It's just benzo recovery and medication recovery. So now I'm just functioning. That was weird. Still trying to get back on track with eating right. I've been eating more. I eat more beef and meat. I eat a lot of butter and fats. I was in the hospital before I moved, and that fucked me up. I had a clot in my spleen. So, I was in the hospital for like 5 days. I think I made a video about it, but for anybody who doesn't know. And that threw me into a pretty big wave, but nothing major. But all the antibiotics and stuff, too much. Yes, I am moved fully. And I am just trying to get into my routine, which is still going to take a while. I'm still trying to find stuff out here and, because I'm more a rural area than a city now. So, as much as I've always lived in rural places. Family member going through that for years, so have head pressure and all. Yeah, I've had hundreds of symptoms. It took me, and I'm still going through it, and it's been over 7.5 years, but I'm also tapering off of Remeron. So it's keeping my nervous system pretty shot. But yeah, moving was a lot. It was hard. And after being in the hospital, and I've been eating a bit different, I'm way stronger than I used to be. But it's taken a long time to get here. I'm still mentally, not well. Physically not well, but stronger. Just trying to deal with the allergies. My body's not liking it lately. I've been actually pretty reasonable for the past month. Being around cats, which I'm allergic to. Outside, I'm allergic to everything fucking outside. Just my allergies are just terrible in general. So once it starts getting really bad, I usually take like half a Claritin. If I know I'm going to be outside all day, which is rare, but if I am, I'll take a full one. And I've noticed it does mess me up a little bit, but not like it used to. So I'll just take one, and I'd rather have a little bit of a reaction from taking it than the reaction I get from all the allergies. So they're starting to go the opposite way, which is pretty cool. I used to take a Zyrtec every day for like 10 years, 15 years maybe. And then I had to stop taking that once the whole benzo thing. I had to get off all the meds, which sucks because I really wish I would have just stayed on Zyrtec. Would have saved me a lot of fucking shit. But again, I'm super sensitive, so. Uh, I looked in the mirror earlier and I'm like, holy shit, I look old. It's funny in the last 7 years how much I've aged. My hair's totally gray, beard is gray. I got fucking the glasses fucking gone. It's like an old man. It's amazing. You know, I haven't had much exercise, but when we went to the zoo the other week, I think we walked around for 3 to 4 hours. And that was the most I've done in almost a decade. And boy, did my legs hurt for like a week and a half. Till about now. They still kind of sore. But that was really cool. And she said, well, you just have to do it more. Like, yeah. I'm like, yes and no. You know, it all depends. You know, that kind of walking can really throw you into a loop. But it was well worth it, and I had such a good time. We both had a great time. It was really nice. I miss doing stuff like that, and I never thought I'd be able to. I never thought I'd be able to do stuff like that again. I thought my life was ended a long time ago. It's fucking nuts. But now I got everything set back up here, so I'm working. I'm able to relax again. I actually took a nap earlier, and I mean, I've been here for about a month. You know, a small town, 2,000 people, versus the 500,000 people I was in. Yes, it was prescribed at a very low dose. I was only on it. I was only on benzos for about 2 weeks before it turned on me. When at first it seemed amazing, then all of a sudden everything got really, really bad and scary. And then thinking a psychiatrist can help, I got a psychiatrist. And my whole story short is I was on benzos for 3 months. And after that, it destroyed me. I don't know why exactly, but it did. And I shouldn't be alive today. It was the hardest thing I've ever dealt with. And I'm still dealing with it today. Yeah, and it's like I asked the doctors, you know, it's like, will you put me on this? Help me get off of it. And they didn't have a clue. They said I was on a baby dose, so they just told me to stop taking it. And I tapered myself for like 2 weeks, which isn't really a taper. But it was a pretty low dose for benzos. But in reality, if you like transferred it to like Valium, it would have been like 10 milligrams of Valium. So it was still enough it fucked me up. I don't know why. I mean, within 2 weeks, I was starting to hallucinate, sweat all the time, freak out, anxiety driven, everything went nuts. Sensory overload. It ruined my life. And it took me so many years to get here. I've lived through the worst waves I could ever imagine. And suicidal stuff. And it was just brutal. And still to this day, I deal with a lot of the symptoms, but it's in a much lesser form. So that's pretty cool. But still some days are really hard. I still shake a lot sometimes. My muscles will just jerk, and you know, but I'm getting a lot of stuff back, so I'm happy about that. I just need to take care of my allergies. Since I'm driving way more, my head just gets a little more fucked up. But I'm assuming since I have to do all the driving, that eventually I should be able to acclimate to it a little bit more, especially after I taper some more. Yeah, 5 years is not a surprise. I've seen it so many times for benzos. It sucks, but a lot of people don't believe you. And I mean, I've had every single doctor and every single neurologist, other than my last doctor who left, you know, they all didn't believe me. So at one point, they just gave me a diagnosis of fibromyalgia. I'm like, whatever. It was pretty sad, but I mean, I was just talking to somebody earlier about I would have rather been a severe heroin addict, go into rehab and get off of it in a couple months. This is, almost a decade. Mind you, I'm still tapering Remeron, and that's been really hard, but this wouldn't have been hard at all if it wasn't for benzos destroying my nervous system. And mind you, always see me itching, and just my allergies, so sorry. But in general, my message is to say things are actually pretty good. Things are getting better, little by little. I'm tapering again, like after the first week of July, because I don't want to taper on the 4th of July. Too many sensory shit. So I'll taper about a week after. We'll probably go to Summerfest or something, and which is crazy. I'm even saying that, but I might go over there for half a day with my girlfriend. Thank you. Yes, I'm able to function. Not easily, but I am. I've pushed this whole time because I haven't had a choice. With my ex-girlfriend, she totally used me. So it was pretty ridiculous. And once I realized that I was working my ass off for somebody who was barely working and still trying to gain approval, after that was all over and I moved out on my own, my life changed. My life changed so much. I mean, I still had to taper and deal with all the things that I dealt with. I still had the symptoms, that didn't change, but my attitude sure changed. It was just so good to get out of that, And now I'm with somebody that genuinely cares about me and cares about my well-being. So it's a little different, so I'm not used to it, that's for sure. But nothing in the world is perfect. And it's always like relationships are always a work in progress sometimes. But I know 100% that I'm not being used. And I know 100% that she cares about me a lot. And that's cool. And going into this relationship already knowing what my health issues are like. But then again, I'm pretty much act the same every day, even when I'm in a bad wave. So it's kind of hard for people to know. Even when I say how I'm feeling, it's hard for people to know how I'm doing. Because you'll never really see me act or look a different way. It's just my job and my coping is being me and being like this. Even when I feel like I want to cry and kill myself, I do my best to react as of like this. So that's my coping anyway. I do go to therapy, but here, hold on one sec. I'm back. Thing went to head off here. Gonna play with the cats a little bit. And I got 2 black cats sitting right here. And she's gonna come try to walk right over me. You'll see. This is what she does. She'll just walk right on top of me. Thank you. So, it kind of sucks being allergic to cats. But I love cats, so it kind of... Alright, go on. Go. Kind of sucks. Because I can't really... Normally I can play with them and do stuff, but when my allergies are like tolerable, but between the outdoor allergies and the cats, sometimes it can get kind of brutal. And it just makes me feel really unwell. I took half a Claritin today, but it didn't really work too well. I think it's just the way I'm feeling. My nose is just staying kind of stuffed up. Well, you have a great night as well. And I'm going to head off and watch some TV. and relax and try to get a good night's sleep. Just everybody try to keep your head up, because I know my story, and 7.5 years later, I'm still dealing with shit. Everybody's just more or less scared of my story. Nobody wants to deal with this. And honestly, most people won't. But it's like, my biggest suggestion is don't go on new medications after if you get ripped off of benzos and you were sensitive to it, because tapering that, it's just almost anything you go on. They can say it's easy to get off of, but they don't know what it's like after benzos fuck up your nervous system. It's a world of death. It sucks. But that's my only thing. Unless you're gonna kill yourself, try not to go on anything if you don't have to. All right, take care, everyone.